Good morning, friends. I am Bhupesh Bansal, Director Anand Prakash Educational Academy, an academy wherein we have been producing IITians and doctors on regular basis, year after year, and have been improving our performance and also the performance of the students. So, what is the basic reason behind the success of the students who get associated with the one? It's our mentorship. Two is the dedication of the students, which I put much above the mentorship we offer, because it is the dedication which brings them to the institute. It is the dedication which makes them give all the exams, crack all the exams in the institute, which helps them ultimately to crack the exams of JEE or NEET. So friends, till now we have been going in with the physical classes. Due to the corona pandemic, this year we have started the online classes and this YouTube channel for the benefit of many students. Hope it has been benefiting to you. So today we are going to start again with the class 11 chapter of units and measurement. We have seen what is units, why it is important to have units, what is the need of having a standardized unit. Then we have seen how to measure length in the normal case wherein the object is available to us, and in the very far off case using a parallax removal method. Today we are going to see estimation of small distances. I written it down so that we do not mess up with the time. Estimation of small distances, measurement of mass, measurement of time, errors in measurement. We are only going to start with the errors in measurement. Then I also written down some of the units which we normally refer to and the range of length which we normally refer to. So let us start with the estimation of small distances. For small distances, normally we have microscopes. We have optical microscopes which can measure up to 4,000 to 8,000 or 6,000 Armstrong units. 1 Armstrong unit is 10 to the power minus 10 meters. It's written over here. 10 to the power minus 10 meter. So we can approximately measure it from 4 to 8 into 10 to the power minus 7 meters with the help of an optical microscope. There is a development in the microscopes. We have electron microscopes which helps us to measure up to 0.6 Armstrong unit. Then there are more advanced microscopes, that is called transmission electron microscope, which can measure up to 0.5 Armstrong units. But sometimes it is difficult to measure the length with the help of these instruments also, or for the precision we want to calculate it separately. Let us take the case of oleic acid. Oleic acid is a standard case which we refer to all these textbooks of class 11th. So I am going to take the same case. Suppose I take oleic acid and I take 1 ml of it, dilute it in 20 ml alcoholic solution. Make a solution of 20 ml. That means my concentration of oleic acid is 1 by 20 by volume. Now I take 1 ml of it and again make a solution of 20 ml with alcohol. That means now my concentration is 1 by 20 or oblique 20, that means 1 by 400. So the volume of oleic acid in the given solution is 1:400. Now I know the volume. And now what I do, I take a beaker, fill it with glass full of water and put 1 drop of 1 ml on top of it, of the solution I have thus prepared. ये जो solution है, इसके ऊपर में एक मोनोक्रोमेटिक लेयर बनाएगा, मोनोमोलिकुलर लेयर बनाएगा. क्योंकि solution इतना कम है, this layer will be a monomolecular layer. I can check the area of this layer. Suppose the area is A, I have the volume divided by area gives me the molecule size. Looks to be very simple when we are talking the theory part of it, but it's equally tough while we are doing the practicals. So, how to check the molecule size of a oleic acid molecule using the theoretical calculations is as described over here. As regards to measurement of mass, friends, measurement of mass is what has been fascinating us for years. हम लोग आज तक कभी मोटा होना चाहते थे, कभी दुबला होना चाहते थे. That means sometimes we want to gain the mass, sometimes we want to lose the mass. So mass has been fascinating us, and this unit was standardized by CGPM as kilogram. It is platinum iridium. सैंपल इज कैप्ड. प्लेटिनम इरेडियम का एक 1 kg का मास इज कैप्ड इन फ्रांस, एंड द प्रोटोटाइप्स ऑफ द सेम आर अवेलेबल वर्ल्ड ओवर, including India. It is with National Physics Laboratory, Delhi. And from National Physics Laboratory, Delhi, the prototypes have been made and circulated to almost all the districts which are doing, which we call as standard weights. We don't call them as standard masses in India, we call them as standard weights. And they are used to calibrate various balancing devices, various weighing devices, let it be commercial weighing or the domestic weighing devices. So we measure the mass with the help of the prototypes made out of the original sample placed in France. Now coming down to measurement of time, मैं समय हूँ is the opening statement of serial Mahabharata. Yes, time is a very important thing in life. Every other second the time is passing off. And how do we calculate that time? आजकल तो टाइम मेजरमेंट बहुत आसान हो गया है. क्वार्ट्स क्रिस्टल आपको टाइम बता देता है. किसी ज़माने में टाइम देखने के लिए जंतर मंतर बना था, बट नॉर्मली द स्टैंडर्डाइज यूनिट ऑफ टाइम इज सेकेंड, एंड वी आर यूजिंग सीजियम 132 an atomic watch to measure 1 second. This many vibrations, that is 919,263,1,770 vibrations of cesium 132 atom, radiation of cesium 132 atom create 1 second, and that is how we measure the time. In crystals, other crystals also are used. Like I said, quartz crystal is being used in day-to-day life. We do not use the atomic watch for the day-to-day life time calculation. Ancient days we had places like Jantar Mantar which we used to guess the time from. So friends, when we are doing all these measurements, let it be the measurement of distance, the measurement of mass, the measurement of time, there is bound to be errors included in it. Those errors can be errors because of system or because of ambient conditions, or I call it as random errors. System errors can include the errors because of the instruments, the zero calibrational errors of the instrument, the non-parallax removal error of the human beings, the ambient errors which are happening due to, like, suppose I have to check the speed of light and there is a change of humidity. That means the procedural errors. All those errors are called system errors. And the other errors which I call it as random errors, which happen randomly. Suppose I have to check Ohm's law. We have said that at a given temperature or at a constant temperature, but if there is a sudden jerk in the temperature, in the experimental conditions, the value of resistance will change and will make us think whether we had done the experiment correctly or not. So these are called random laws, or wherein we have to use electricity as power source to conduct an experiment, and there is a sudden jerk in the voltage or the potential difference. So we will be dealing with this chapter, the errors in the measurement, in our next video lecture. We will understand what is errors, how it can be minimized, how to find out the mean error, how to find out the mean value or the true value, which is very close to the true value. In fact, it's not the true value. So till then, take care, enjoy the life, and keep it indoors. Thank you very much for watching the videos and liking the videos, subscribing to the channel, of course, yes. So see you again in the next video lecture. Till then, take care and thank you.